Hey everyone, and welcome to month 23 of the OLED burn-in test. So this is a monthly burn-in test I've been running on my LG C9 OLED. Model name is just there, OLED 65C9 PLA. UTT just below here is 3,335, so that's the total number of hours that are currently on this particular panel. OFFRS is the mini pixel refresher count, so that's 549 times, last one being after 3,335, which is the last time I turned it off. And the JB is the major pixel refresher, and that's run 3 times, last one being after 2,481 hours. For those of you watching for the first time, this is a service screen on the LG C9 OLED, because on the LG C9s you cannot access hours used through the normal menu. So with that, I'll exit out and I will restart the test. So whilst this is kicking in, for those of you watching for the first time, firstly welcome to the channel. I have been running these tests initially for the first year. I was running them weekly, and from the first year onwards I've been running them monthly. The idea behind the tests is to give real world usage with hours, so documented hours, as well as give a brief description in terms of usage to anybody out there that's either considering buying an OLED or has been put off buying an OLED by the myth or the sort of scaremongering of burn-in. So these videos have shown right from the point when I first got my TV back in February of 2020, and I've been showing that all the way through with details in terms of usage, all these kind of things. And basically it's just been used as a normal TV. I do have a video on my channel, well, 2 videos with regards to OLED burn-in, how to prevent OLED burn-in. However, that's more of a sort of suggestion as opposed to being rules that you have to follow. For a lot of the people out there that come with the comment, if you want to avoid OLED burn-in, don't buy an OLED TV, that's more for them. It started for that audience and answering all the sort of critiques that people bring in terms of just simply wanting to use it as a normal TV. This particular TV, the majority of the usage on it, so out of that 3,335 hours, I would say probably 80% of the usage is to do with gaming, and at least 2,000 hours of that was split between just 2 or 3 games. So majority of that was Fortnite, which does have head-up displays. So obviously if you were going to get burn-in, it would usually come with content where you have static imagery, and the next sort of highest tier of usage would be sports, so football. So here in the UK, I generally tend to watch a lot of football, and no matter which channel, which broadcaster you use, you're always going to have at least 2 or 3 things, 2 or 3 elements. So you can have a scorecard with a clock. Usually it's in the top left, but some channels do also put it in the bottom left. And then you're going to have the minimum branding is the channel name or a Premier League logo. So the lion that you get, usually you have that somewhere on screen as well. So you're usually always going to have 2 pieces of static imagery. With the games, generally Fortnite, for anybody that's played it will know that that always has head-up displays, and a lot of it is quite vibrant as well. So yeah, over 2,000 hours limited to just a few games, and then obviously out of the 3,300 hours, majority of that is gaming or sports. Now I have thrown in quite a lot of mixed usage as well. So this is the sort of media center for my family. So any movies, any big TV series that we want to watch to the best in terms of the presentation with Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, it's always watched in this particular room on this particular set. So it does get a fair amount of mixed usage, but what I would describe it as is what a normal household would actually use it for. So for example, when I want to watch sports, I watch sports. When my kid wants to play PlayStation, he plays PlayStation. We never really think about it in the sense that, oh, we've used it for this many hours, that's why we now can't use it for that particular gaming, for example. We've played gaming on the PlayStation for 4 hours, so we won't then use it for a subsequent 4 hours. We'll have to switch it up. Not necessarily. To begin with, I was cautious, but then eventually once I started running these tests, it actually put my mind at ease, and since then I've basically just used it as a normal TV. Obviously these tests I do in darkroom scenario with a backlight, just so then the actual brightness of the screen and everything comes through correctly. Generally this TV is used in both bright room as well as dark room scenarios, generally for movies, TV series, things like that. I prefer dark room setup, but it can be used in bright room just as easily. OLED TVs generally do get more reflections because they don't have as matte of a coating on the front of them. But for me personally, I'd much rather deal with reflections as opposed to glare, because some people are just more sensitive to glare being across the whole panel, as opposed to a sharp reflection, which you can just deal with either by changing the angle of the screen or obviously just closing the curtains or something like that. Overall usage wise, the TV does have faults, more to do with LG's sort of lack of updates in certain aspects, as well as how it actually interacts with the soundbar, which is also an LG soundbar. So those I will detail in separate videos. But in terms of the panel, how OLED responds to usage, it's probably been my best TV I've ever purchased personally. It's been my favorite TV in terms of the picture quality and everything, and in a way it spoilt me in terms of viewing any other screens. Obviously my phones are OLED, so that's probably the second highest usage in terms of a display for me personally. But once you've had an OLED TV, having pure blacks and then seeing all the colours pop off that pure black sort of starting point, it does make a lot of other displays look quite inferior in comparison. Anyway, that's it for my sort of commentary. As I say, for the past month there has been a lot of mixed usage, so there has been some gaming, there has been some sports, movies and TV series as well, but nothing, as you can see, nothing to worry about, no real issues that I've got to report. On my channel I do also have a playlist, LG C9 burn-in tests, and if you come onto here you can see all my previous videos, so I've not hidden anything. Each week I've basically reported it, and if you do want to run a burn-in test on any of your devices, it doesn't have to be a TV. If you want to check your phones, if you have an OLED display on your phone, tablet, anything, you can just come to my burn-in test video just here. So that is in the LG C9 burn-in tests playlist, and you can run that, and obviously it'll give you an indication of whether you do have any image retention or any image burn-in. Anyway, that's it for this particular video. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and also hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload any new videos. And until the next one, thanks very much for watching.